Hey, Teras,
Hey, Skydus.
what did it do?
It didn't do.
But why?
Only on Tuesdays. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. That it do.
Why did the Scooby do the do?
But don't it do? Do you do? Or does he do?
No, you?
Just blame Egg.
Egg?
Yeah.
I blame you.
Okay, cool.
I'm just gonna get into this, Teras, if you don't have any good reason to stall.
Well, I have very good reason to go.
Go on.
You still haven't introduced our guest.
We don't have any guests.
Well, actually.
I don't hear any guests. Are you okay, Teras? In your walls. I'm in your walls. What? We have a guest? Now the guest can introduce him or herself or themselves.
Itself.
Is it Bill Cosby again?
I'm David Bowie this time.
Oh, hello, David Bowie. I still can't hear our guest. You must be delusional.
Well, I mean, it's still the 1st of April. That would be a lot funnier.
Teras trying to gaslight me again.
No, that's Rob's job.
I guess you robbed Rob. I guess you're a robber now. Any more reasons?
Skibbity-bop.
That's not a valid reason.
Bop, bop.
Teras is David Bowie. I mean, he kind of looks like him. Why are you alive? Who? Okay, Teras is not providing any reasons.
What reasons for what?
Yeah, exactly. You're not even paying attention, so...
What did I do?
Exactly, nothing.
Blame Egg.
Song of Songs.
No, I've been blamed.
Groom to Bride. How beautiful you are, my love. How beautiful you are.
I mean, I brought this half as a joke, half, and then how do I actually...
Cut it in half.
Yeah, I don't have a cutting board.
And
you are the cutting board.
That's an
very philosophical of you.
Interesting technique.
You crack it open like a boiled egg.
You should just...
a really big spoon.
No, Teras, cut it in a spiral shape and just...
Actually, wait.
Cut it in a spiral shape and ingest.
But he's just fucking spooning it, man.
Oh, dude, I wish Teras would spoon me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Krabs.
My little egg cup.
Oh, the bitrate is so terrible. Thanks, Discord.
How much I really like melon.
I've never seen you consume a melon before. This is officially the first time you're ever eating a melon.
I've eaten it unofficially in the past.
No, that doesn't count. That's not canon.
I just can't get over. He's fucking eating it like a boiled egg, right?
Do you have any salt?
Crack it open.
Delicious. Where's the soldiers, man? That's fucking class, man.
I should definitely. Hey, Egg.
Yeah.
Someone's giving me credits and minerals again.
Oh, wonderful.
On to the important part. Song of Songs 4. Groom to Bride. How beautiful you are, my love. How beautiful you are. Your eyes are those of a dove, except for what is hidden within. Your hair
That's
is...
some very small eyes.
Your hair is like flocks of goats, which ascended along the mountain of Gilead. Your teeth are like flocks of shorn sheep, which ascend from the washing, each one with its identical
What?
twin, and not one among them is barren.
Hey, what the fuck?
Your lips are like a scarlet ribbon, and your eloquence is sweetness. Like a piece of pomegranate, so are your cheeks, except for what is hidden within. Now hold on. Which cheeks are we talking about?
Oh, someone's giving me money again.
My condolences.
Egg, why is everyone giving me shit for free?
They're afraid of you.
Your neck,
What did I do?
your neck is like the Tower of David, which was built with ramparts. 1,000 shields are hanging from it. All the armor of the strong. Oh no. Oh, Teras.
Yes.
Your two Brestonians are like two young does, twins that
No.
pasture among the lilies. Until the day
God.
rises and the shadows decline, I will go to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. You are totally beautiful, my love. And there is no blemish in you. Advance from Lebanon, my spouse. Advance from Lebanon. Advance. You shall be crowned at the head of Amanah, near the summit of Senir and Hermon, by the dens of lions, by the mountains of leopards. You have wounded my heart, my sister, my spouse. You have wounded my heart with one look of your eyes, and with one lock of hair on your neck.
Just the one.
How beautiful are your Brestonians, my sister, my spouse.
No.
Your Brestonians are more beautiful than wine, and the fragrance of your ointments is above all aromatic oils. Your lips, my spouse, are a dripping honeycomb. Horny and milf are under your tongue, and the fragrance of your garments is like the odor of frankincense.
I think Scott is having just a lot of fun. He's
Carry
really
on,
enjoying this.
Carry on, bro.
An enclosed garden is my sister, my spouse. An enclosed garden, a sealed fountain. So she just doesn't get wet.
She's got a wine core upper fanny.
Just imagine you go down on your wife for like half an hour and she just doesn't get wet, and then you're just like, wow, you're like a sealed fountain. I give up.
It's like fucking brisk sandpaper.
You send forth a paradise of pomegranates along with the fruits of the orchard, cypress grapes with aromatic
Fruits.
oil, aromatic
Anything there about melons?
aromatic oil and saffron, sweet cane and cinnamon, with all the trees of Lebanon, myrrh and aloe, with all the best ointments. The fountain of the gardens is a well of living waters, which flow forcefully from Lebanon. Rise up, north wind, and advance, south wind. Send a breeze through my garden and carry its aromatic scents. Yeah, same. Song of Songs 5. Bride. May my beloved enter into his garden and eat the fruit of his apple trees. Groom to bride.
He's just fucking losing it.
I have successfully murdered yet another guest.
Oh.
Groom to bride. I have arrived in my garden, oh sister, my spouse. Why is sister and spouse synonymous? Is this just the definition of fucking incest?
Ooh.
I have harvested my myrrh
no.
with my aromatic oils. I have eaten the honeycomb with my horny. I have drunk the wine with my milk. Eat, O friends, and drink, and be inebriated, O most beloved. Bride, I sleep, yet my heart watches. The voice of my beloved knocking. Groom to bride, open to me, my sister, my love, my dove, my immaculate one. For my head is full of dew.
Oh shit.
Which head are we talking about? Oh my god, is this some OG dirty talk?
He is.
Open to me, for my head is full of dew.
Fucking hell, man. The guy's got the medieval riz.
Oh,
Fucking hell, man.
I have more like resentment. Got him. And the locks of my hair are full of the drops of the night. Right?
What?
I have taken off my tunic. How shall I be clothed in it? I have washed my feet. How shall I spoil them? My beloved put his hand through the window, and my inner self was moved by his touch. I rose up in order to open to my beloved. My hands dripped with myrrh, and my fingers were full of the finest myrrh. I opened the bolt of my beloved. I opened the bolt of my door to my beloved, but he had turned aside and had gone away. My soul melted when he spoke. I sought him, and I did not find him. I called, and he did not answer me. The keepers who circulate through the city found me. They struck me and wounded me. The keepers of the walls took my veil away from me. I bind you by an oath, O daughters of Jerusalem. If you find my beloved, announce to him that I languish through love. Chorus to bride. What kind of beloved is your beloved, O most beautiful among sus women? Ah yes, what kind of beloved is your beloved? What is a possible answer to that?
Melon.
True. What kind of what kind of beloved is your beloved so that you would bind us by oath? Right? My beloved is white and ruddy, elect among us thousands. His head is like the finest gold. His locks are like the height of. I think your engine is dying.
He just can't.
It's just when you went, I would love it. Sus. Carry on, I'm sorry.
I'm
Carry
just waiting for him to behold.
on.
His locks are like the heights of palm trees and as black as a raven. His eyes are like doves, which have been washed with milk over rivulets of water. His eyes are like doves, which have. Oh. Hey, Teras, I have a thumbnail idea.
Oh.
Oh my god, that is just. You know what? Mark for thumbnailing. That is just. Which have been washed with milk over rivulets of water and which reside near plentiful streams, like this one, which you should follow and subscribe to. His cheeks are like a courtyard of aromatic plants sown by perfumers. His lips are like lilies, dripping with the best myrrh. His hands are smooth gold, full of hyacinths. His abdomen is ivory, accented with sapphires. His legs are columns of marble, which have been established over bases of gold. His appearance is like that of Lebanon, elect like the cedars. His throat is most sweet, and he is entirely desirable. Such is my beloved, and he is my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem. You getting friend zoned?
I
Chorus.
think he's getting throat fucked dealing with that.
Chorus to bride. Where has your beloved gone, O most beautiful among sus women? To where has your beloved turned aside so that we may seek him with you? Song of Songs 6. Right. My beloved has descended into his garden to the courtyard of aromatic plants in order to pasture the gardens and gather the lilies. Pasture in the gardens and gather the lilies.
Pig.
I am
Yeah.
for my.
We got some minerals.
Yeah, I got a little bit.
I am for my beloved,
Oh,
and my
fuck,
beloved
that
is
was-
for
that's,
me.
oh, that's a very unhappy fart.
He pastures amongst us the lilies. Room to bride. My love, you are beautiful, sweet and graceful, like Jerusalem. Terrible, like an army in battle array. Ah, yes, that's how I sweet talk a woman. You're like an army. That's. Avert your eyes from me, for they have.
Maybe she's into it, you know.
Who knows? Avert your eyes from me, for they have caused me fly away. For they have caused me fly away. Yes. English. They have caused me to fly away. Your hair is like a flock of goats which have appeared out of Gilead. Your teeth are like a flock of sheep which have ascended from the washing, each one with its identical twin, and not one among them is barren. Like the skin of a pomegranate, so are your cheeks, except for your hiddenness. Is he? What is her hiddenness?
I think that's the old coochie, bro.
I mean, what else would it be unless it's the inside of her asshole?
It could be the Bristolians.
I mean, he's been addressing them very directly, so I don't think so.
It's in the forbidden
Yeah, I
zone.
think
Yes.
that has to be. There are 60 queens and 80 concubines and maidens without number. One is my dove, my perfect one. One is her mother. Elect is she who bore her. The daughters saw her, and they proclaimed her most blessed. The queens and concubines saw her, and they praised her. Chorus to groom. Who is she, who advances like the rising dawn, as beautiful as the moon, as elect as the sun, as terrible as an army in battle array? Right. I descended to the garden of nuts.
We actually call that a barracks.
In order to see the fruits of the steep valleys, ooh to the woo, and to examine whether the vineyard has flourished and the pomegranates had produced buds. I did not understand. My soul was stirred up within me because of the chariots of Amminadab. Chorus to bride. Return, return, O Solamites? Salami. Return, return, so that we may consider you. Song of Songs 7. Chorus to groom. What will you see in the Solamites other than choruses of encampments? Chorus to bride. How beautiful are your footsteps in shoes, O daughter of a ruler. The joints of your thighs are like jewels which have been fabricated by the hand of an artist. Your navel is a round bowl, never lacking in curvature. Are they calling her fat? Your abdomen is like a bundle of wheat, surrounded with lilies. Your two Brestonians are like young twin does. Your neck is like a tower of ivory. Does that mean she has a stiff neck? Are we back to stiff-necked people? Your eyes like the fish ponds at Heshbon, which are at the entrance to the daughter of the multitude. Your nose is like the tower of Lebanon, which looks outward Damascus. What?
Lebanon.
Lebanon.
El Banan.
El Nathan.
Not El Nathan.
Your head is like caramel, and yes, it's uppercase in caramel. I'm not mispronouncing caramel. It's caramel. I don't know what the fuck that is. Is that a name that we missed, or is that actually a thing? Caramel. Apparently that's a mountain.
So our head's fucking huge.
Yeah, right.
I guess. I don't know, honestly. The fuck is happening? My stream even working? Something's looking weird on my end.
It looks all good. I'm watching just now.
Is Twitch dying?
Probably. Would that surprise you?
A little, yeah.
Would it?
Yeah, a little.
I mean, it looks all good on my end.
There we go. It just wouldn't load for some reason.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Scotty's got you.
Your head is like
Yes.
caramel, and the hairs of your head are like the purple of the king bound into pleats. That's whatever. Most beloved one, how beautiful you are, and how graceful in delights. Your stature is comparable to the palm tree, and your Brestonians to clusters of grapes.
Your mum's a grape.
To clusters, so her tits just look like a bunch of grapes.
It's bumpy, is
Like,
it?
just very bumpy, yeah.
More texture.
You fucking lump.
Groom, I said, I will ascend to the palm tree and take hold of its fruit. And your Brestonians will be like clusters of grapes on the vine, and the fragrance of your mouth will be like apples. Bride, your throat is like the finest wine, wine worthy for my beloved to drink, and for his lips and teeth to contemplate. I am for my beloved, and his turning is to me. Approach, my beloved. Let us go out into the field. Let us linger in the villages. Let us go up in the morning to the vineyards. Let us see if the vineyard has flourished, if the flowers are ready to bear fruit, if the pomegranates have flourished. There, I will give my Brestonians to you. Just takes them off. Here, have fun.
Cluster of grapes, are they?
I mean, I guess you can just pluck them. That works.
Fucking grape.
I fucking love grapes, man. That bitch would have none left.
I've got a whole packet. It's fine.
Oh yes.
The mandrakes yield their fragrance. At our gates is every fruit, the new and the old, my beloved, I have kept for you. Interesting.
Ooh.
Song of Songs 8, Bridegroom. Who will give you to me as my brother, feeding from the Brestonians of my mother, so that I may discover you outside and may kiss you, so that now no one may despise me. I will take hold of you.
And I'll still despise you. It's okay.
Fair. I will take hold of you and lead you into my mother's house. There you will teach me, and I will give you a cup of spiced wine and of new wine from my pomegranates. His left hand is under my head, and his right hand shall embrace me. Wait, who's getting fondled now by whom? Oh wait, that was bride to groom. I misread that. Damn, that makes more sense. Groom to chorus. I bind you by oath, O daughters of Jerusalem, not to disturb or awaken the beloved, until she wills. Chorus to groom. Who is she who ascends from the desert, flowing with delights, leaning upon her beloved? Groom to bride. Under the apple tree, I awakened you. There your mother was corrupted. There she who bore you was violated. Set me like a seal upon your heart, like a Teras.
Can I violate you?
Stop right there, criminal scum. You violated my mother. Set me like a seal upon your heart, like a seal upon your arm. For love is strong, like death with one F, and envy is enduring, like hell. The lamps are made of fire and flames. A multitude of waters cannot extinguish love, nor can a river overwhelm it.
Melon.
If a man were to give all the substance of his house in exchange for love, he would despise it as nothing. Chorus. Our sister is little and has no Brestonian.
Okay.
Now that one is going into the best of. What shall we do for our sister on the day when she is called upon? If she is a wall, let us build a rampart of silver upon it. If she is a door, let us join it together with boards of cedar. Are they just trying to nail her to a wall?
I think they've just compared the, because she's got no Brestonians, that she's just a wall or a door, flat.
Yeah, I guess.
You flat fuck.
Bride to chorus. Teras, please pay attention. Bride to chorus. I am a wall. Why does she?
Oh.
I am a wall, and my Brestonians are like towers, since in his presence I have become like one who has discovered peace.
What the fuck?
Oh my fucking god. The peaceful one
fuck?
had a vineyard in that which held the peoples. He handed it on to the caretakers. A man brought, in exchange for its fruit, 1,000 pieces of silver. Groom, my vineyard is before me. The 1,000 is for your peacefulness, and 200 is for those who care for its fruit. Bride to groom, your friends are attentive to those who have been dwelling in the gardens. Cause me to heed your voice. Flee away, my beloved, and become like the doe and the young stag upon the mountains of aromatic plants. Hey, Teras. It is time. It is time to do the thing.
Oh no.
I'm just honestly that's just that.
All
That's
right.
gonna be.
Let me just get into this sheet.
move us over. Okay, yeah, enjoyability, characters.
I don't think it was that good, but
Dude, the thing is, it's so short. It's not drawn out like all the other ones before.
Yeah.
It just let out some bangers, and then it's like, okay, I'm done. My job is done here. It's just
I'm out.
that is insane. The
Was there much
characters.
characters?
I mean,
There was-
there's
there was-
the
there was
horny
some
guy,
characters,
horny
yeah.
woman,
Yeah.
chorus. That's it. They were not particularly. They didn't have particularly much depth. So, yeah. Writing.
Plot was,
Yeah.
anything
Plot.
actually?
I'm
important
horny. I
plot-wise?
want you. I'm also horny. I also want you.
Yeah, brilliant plot.
Yeah, not much comedy. Dude, that's 9 or 10. That was so good. I'm actually. I think I'm gonna give it a 10. And Kinky. I mean, like, hello. Is this a new high point?
Yes.
9 and 8. We've.
Yeah, we already had
Oh,
9 and 8.
yeah. It's on the level of Ruth. Holy shit. That is. It is literally one of the best. That's impressive.
Even slightly raised our average.
I hope we had more like these. That was just. Oops. That was just insane. Okay.
All thanks to Scotty.
What was that?
What?
Huh?
What did I do?
Huh?
My mom. What?
Let me fondle your breast audience. Sus. I fucking love it. See, he was like, I want her to fuck me. Sus.
I mean, that's literally written in the Bible, so you know.
Yeah. He has a point.
He's just reading.
The wisdom of Solomon.
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 Someone. Jerry the salmon.
Wisdom 1. Love Justagogus, who judge the land. Think of the Lord in goodness and seek him in simplicity of heart. For he is found by those who do not test him, yet he reveals himself to those who have faith in him. For perverse thoughts separate from Skytus, but his virtue, when it is tested, corrects the foolish. For wisdom will not enter into a malicious soul, nor dwell in a body subdued by sin. For the Holy Spirit of instruction will flee from falsehood, and he will withdraw himself from thoughts that are without understanding, and he will not be reached when iniquity overcomes.
Just keep giving me money.
You're not reading the Bible, you're demon possessed. Actually, I am reading the Bible, and yes, I am demon possessed. Glad you noticed. Hello there. But the spirit of wisdom is benevolent, and will not release the evil speaker from his talk, because Skytus is a witness of his temperament, and a true examiner of his heart, and an auditor of his words. For the Spirit of the Lord has filled the world, and he who contains all things retains knowledge of every voice. Therefore, he who speaks unjustagogue things cannot escape notice, nor will the chastising judgment pass him by. For inquiry will be made into the thoughts of the impious. His conversation also will reach the hearing of Skytus, to the chastising of his iniquities. For the zealous ear hears all things, and the disturbance of complaining will not be hidden. Therefore, keep yourselves from complaining, which benefits nothing, and refrain your tongue from slander, because secret conversations will not pass into nothingness, and the mouth that deceives kills the soul. Do not court death with one F by the error of your life, nor procure your destruction by the works of your hands. Because Skytus did not make death with one F, nor does he rejoice in the loss of the living. For he created all things that they might exist, and he made the nations of the world curable, and there is no medicine of extermination in them, nor a kingdom of hell upon the earth. For Justagogus is perpetual and immortal. But the impious with hands and words have called death with one F to them, and esteeming it a friend, they have fallen away and have made a covenant with death with one F, because they deserve to take part in it. Excuse me, what? Skytis did not make death with one F, nor does he rejoice in the loss of living, but he just keeps killing people and doesn't care. Okay.
Well, someone has to. So
You giggle like a girl. Thank you for noticing. That's cute of you. Wisdom 2. For they have said reasoning with themselves incorrectly. Our lifetime is brief and tedious, and there is no relief within the limits of man, and no one is acknowledged to have returned from the dead. For we are born from nothing. And after this we will be as if we had not been, because the breath in our nostrils is like smoke, and conversations sends out sparks from the stirring of our heart. Therefore, when it is extinguished, our body will be ashes, and our spirit will be diffused like a soft breeze, and our life will pass away like the wisp of a cloud, just as the mist is dissolved when it is driven away by the rays of the sun and overpowered by its heat. And in time, our name will surrender to oblivion, and no one will have remembrance of our works. For our time is like the passing of a shadow, and nothing can reverse our end, for it is signed and sealed, and cannot be returned. Therefore,
hold.
I'm holding.
Not you. You can continue on.
I'm holding.
Please stop holding.
Okay, I'm unholding.
Oh, good.
Therefore, hurry, let us enjoy the good things of the present time, and let us quickly use up passing things, just a gog as in youth. Let us indulge ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of youth pass us by. Let us surround ourselves with rosebuds before they wither, and there's no end. Before they wither, let no meadow be left untouched by our indulgence. Let no one among us be exempt from our indulgence. Let us leave behind tokens of enjoyment everywhere, for this is our portion, and this is fate. Are they saying what I think they are saying?
Yes.
Let us oppress the poor Justagog man, and not spare the widow, nor respect the aged grey hairs of elders. But let our strength be the law of Justagogers, for what is weak is found to be useless. Therefore, let us encircle the Justagog, because he is useless to us, and he is against our works, and he reproaches us with our legal offenses, and makes known to us the sins of our way of life. He promises that he has the knowledge of Skytis, and he calls himself the son of Skytis. He was made among us to expose our very thoughts. He is grievous for us. He is grievous for us even to behold.
Nice beholding.
For his life is unlike other men's lives, and immutable are his ways. It is as if we are considered by him to be insignificant, just what? Hold on. Considered by him to be insignificant, and he abstains from our ways as from filth. He prefers the newly justagogified, and he glories that he has Skytis for his father. Let us see then if his words are true, and let us test what will happen to him, and then we will know what his end will be. For if he is the true son of Skytis, he will receive him, and deliver him from the hands of his adversaries. Let us examine him with insult and torture, that we may know his reverence and try his patience. Let us condemn him to a most shameful death with one F. For, according to his own words, Skytis will care for him. These things they thought, and they were mistaken, for their own malice blinded them. And they were ignorant of the mysteries of Skytis. They neither hoped for the reward of Justagogis, nor judged the value of holy souls. For Skytis created man to be immortal, and he made him in the image of his own likeness. But by the envy of the devil, death with one F entered the world, yet they imitate him who are from his side. That is a lot of words and a lot of confusion.
Seems legit.
He will never repent to the Lord, so why should God care if he kills your murderous souls? It says that he doesn't want to kill, and clearly he does, so because it would align with the Bible. But you are correct. No one living in the modern day can repent for their sins. There's just everyone is sinning every single day. There is no way you can live without sinning. Not realistically in a modern society. Wisdom 3. But the souls of the just Agog are in the hand of Skytus, and no torment of death with one F will touch them. In the eyes of the foolish, they seem to die, and their departure was considered an affliction, and their going away from us a banishment. Yet they are in peace. And though in the sight of men they suffer torments, their hope is full of immortality. Troubled in few things, in many things they will be well compensated, because Skytus has tested them and found them worthy of himself. Like gold in the furnace, he has proved them as a Like gold in the furnace, he has proved them, and as a Holocaust victim, he has received them. And in the time of their visitation, they will shine, and they will dash about like sparks among stubble. They will judge the nations, and they will rule over the people, and their lot will reign forever. Those who trust in him will understand the truth, and those who are faithful in love will rest in him. Because grace and peace are because grace and peace is for his elect, but those are two. It has to be plural. Why is English so complicated?
Yes.
But the empires will be chastised according to their thoughts, for they have neglected the just Agog and have retreated from the Lord. But whoever abandons wisdom and instruction, whoever abandons wisdom and instruction is unhappy. What? For whoever abandons wisdom and instruction is unhappy. No, I'm not.
Are you okay?
This is not.
Why are you not okay?
This is not proper English. And their hope is empty, and their labors without fruit, and their works useless. Their wives are foolish, and their sons are wicked. The things that serve them are accursed. Therefore, fertile is the barren and undefiled, who has not known transgressions in bed. She will bear fruit by caring for holy souls. And fertile is the celibate, who has not wrought iniquity with his hands, nor thought wickedness against Skytus. For to him will be given a special gift of faith and a very welcome place in the temple of the Lord.
Welcome.
You're welcome for that one. For the fruit of good labors is glorious, and the root of wisdom shall never perish. But the sons of adulterers will not reach completion, and the offspring of a sinful bed will be banished. And if they live long, they will be counted as nothing, and their last years of old age will be without honor. And if they die quickly, they will have no hope, nor words of comfort on the day of reckoning. For the iniquities of the people have a dreadful result. The fool is only interested in his own opinion. Good thing I also care about Teras' opinion. You will know the truth when you are judged for your rebellion. Oh yeah, but that's still a few years away most likely. Unless there's a car accident or something, but...
Ooh.
Excuse me?
What?
By the way, Mr. Guest that still has not introduced himself, if you would like to read a chapter, feel free.
Guessing I'm the guest then.
You would guess correct.
Oh, yes.
I'm the pest.
True.
Speaking of pests, can I have some minerals?
Oh yeah, you asked like 20 minutes ago, didn't you?
I'm dying.
If you want me to read this for you?
It's up to you. I'm just saying, if you would like to read a chapter, just let me know. Otherwise, I will continue. You're more than welcome.
Sure. Can do. Is there any special type of thing, or did I just read?
I mean, just what I did.
You can read as whimsically as you'd like.
You just read what it says, and if you're unsure how to pronounce the word, you just decide on pronunciation and you stick with that.
All right, cool. Okay. So, are we ready?
Always.
Wisdom 4. Oh, how beautiful is the chaste fruit of purity, for its remembrance is immortal, because it is observed both with Skytus and with men. When it is present, they imitate it, and they desire it. When it is...
Sorry, just having a moment.
When it has...
Teras in church just moaning when there's a... Yeah, just... Excuse me?
When it has withdrawn itself, and it triumphs crowned forever, winning the reward of the undefiled conflicts. But the mediocre number of many different kinds of the impus will not be to their advantage, and the spruce seedlings will not be giving deep roots, nor will they establish any firm foundation. And if they spring forth with the branches for a time, yet being set in firmly, they will be shaken by the wind and by the superabundance of the winds. What?
Windy.
It's like
Yeah.
abundance, but like even more. It's super abundance.
It was more like because they will be shaken by the wind, and then the superabundance of the winds.
Yeah, there's
They will
just
be- they will be eradicated, for the incomplete branches will be broken, and their fruits will be useless and bitter to eat and fit for nothing. For all the sons born in iniquity are witnesses of the wickedness against their parents at their interrogation. But the justagok,
Are you okay?
if death, yeah, it's because justagok.
He's not okay. That's just
If
wrong.
death,
Just
death
like
with if death with one F seizes him beforehand,
Just
will
a
be
cock.
refreshed. But old age is made venerable, neither by lasting long nor by counting the number of years. Yet understanding is the grey hair of wisdom for men, and an immaculate life is a generation of sages. Pleasing to Skytis, having been made beloved and living among sinners, he was transformed. He was quickly taken away, for malice could not alter his understanding, nor could deceit be deceit begin his soul. For fascination with entertainment obscures good things, and the
Okay.
unfaithfulness of desire.
we gotta go to the next document actually. Because it's spread up into 75 pages each, so
Oh, no.
the sentence is, for fascination with entertainment obscures good things, and the unfaithfulness of desire subverts the mind without malice.
Completed in a short time, he fulfilled many times. Truly, his soul was pleasing to God. Because of this, he hastened to
Teras.
bring him out of the mist of inequity, inequality. Fuck it. But the people see this and do not understand, nor do they place such things in their hearts. That the grace and the mercy of God is with his holy ones, and he watches over his elect. But the just dead will condemn the impious living, and youth hastily completed results in a long, unjust life. For they will see the end of the wise, and will neither understand nor imagine that he is God, and that therefore the Lord has safeguarded him. For they will see and despise him, but the Lord will ridicule them. And after this, they will fall without honour and with contempt among the dead forever. Seeing that they are puffed up and speechless, he will shatter them and will shake them from the foundations all the way to the top, to their utter desolation, and they will grieve, and their remembrance will perish. They will hurry with fear at the understanding of their sins, and their inequalities will bear witness against them.
Teras, you gotta do your job.
Well,
You have some replacing to do.
yeah, I don't think that entire sheet's actually been prepared.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah,
Didn't I
that's
give you
not-
the thing that can replace in multiple documents?
You did, but I never bothered
Yes.
because that sounds like effort.
Yeah, well, you better do it now.
I'm not going to.
Do you realize you're condemning yourself by reading these words with a mocking voice? Not reading them with a mocking voice, but I do realize that I'm condemning myself.
Who's condemning you?
Me. I'm condemning
Mm.
myself.
And why are you condemning what?
Because it's entertaining.
Who's condemning what? How?
I'm condemning myself because it's
Why?
entertaining. Obviously.
Mhm.
Wisdom 5. Then the just will stand with the great with great steadfastness against those who have oppressed them and taken away their labors. Seeing this, they will be troubled with fear, and they will be amazed at the suddenness of unexpected salvation. Driven toward regret, and through the anguish of their groaning spirit, they will say within themselves, "These are the ones whom we held for some time in derision and in mocking reproach. We foolish considered their life to be of what? Considered their life to be madness, and their end to be without honor. How is it that they are counted among us, the sons of Scytus, and their place is among the holy? Therefore we have strayed from the way of truth, and the light of Justigogus has not shined on us, and the sun of understanding has not risen on us. We exhausted ourselves in the way of iniquity and perdition, and have walked a difficult way, while ignoring the way of the Lord." You're making this so much more difficult than it needs to be, Teras.
I'll just fix it, it's fine.
I can't fix it, you know that.
Yeah, of course you can.
Literally gonna lag my browser and I can't scroll. We've been over this before. This is why this is your job.
No, you can do it. You've got access to the sheet.
No, I literally can't.
Just control F a few times.
No,
Whoever
I
the
tried that
button.
and it didn't work. We went over that, Teras. I know you
Why
have
did
to,
why did it not work again?
because it takes ages for everything to be replaced and I can't use my browser in the meantime, which means I can't read.
Well, just don't read them.
Oh, that's not an
Tell
option.
people a story.
I don't have stories to tell, you know that.
I'm sure Scotty's got a few stories to tell.
Also, there's quite a few things that need replacing.
Even like all of them.
Yeah?
Teras,
Yes.
do you have a delegate assigned to the Federation?
What?
Yeah.
I did.
How has arrogance benefited us?
I guess he just moved away.
Or what has exalting in riches brought us? All those things have passed away like a shadow, and like a messenger traveling quickly by, and like a ship passing over the waves of water when it has gone by. Its trace cannot be found, nor can the pathway of its keel in the waves. Or like a bird flying through the air, there is no evidence of her journey to be found, but there is hardly a sound as the beating of her wings lifts up the air, and by the force of her journey divides the air she has flown across, which was disturbed by her wings, and afterwards there is no sign of a journey to be found. Or, like an arrow shot at the selected mark, the air continues to be divided and to be brought together again, so that its passing is unknown. Now we're just getting very...
You know what else is unknown?
You.
Your mom. Oh.
And in like manner, we, having been born, continuously cease to exist, and indeed, we depart with no sign of virtue to show, but we are consumed in our malice. Such things those who sinned set in hell. For the hope of the impious is like feathers, which are blown away by the wind, and like a thin foam which is dispersed by a storm, and like smoke which is scattered by the wind, and like the memory of a guest who passes by one day. But the Justagog will live forever, and their reward is with the Lord, and the thought of them is with the Most High. Therefore they will receive a beautiful kingdom and a crown of splendor from the hand of the Lord. For with his right hand he will cover them, and with his holy arm he will defend them. And his zeal will take up arms, and he will equip his servants for retribution on their enemies. And he will put on Justagogus as a breastplate, as a Brestonian plate, and he will grasp sure judgment as a helmet. He will select fairness as an invincible shield, yet he will sharpen his
helmet.
severe wrath into a spear, and he will fight with those of the world against the irrational. Shafts of lightning will hurl forth accurately, and, as if from a well-curved bow of clouds, they will be expelled and will fly to the determined mark. And hail will be cast like stones, full of anger, and the water of the sea will rise up against them, and the rivers will charge forth harshly. The spirit of virtue will stand firm against them, and like a whirlwind divide them, and he will lead all the world of iniquity into a wasteland, and malice will overthrow the seats of power. Seats of power.
You're a seed.
These are words to live by, but cannot save you from eternal destruction. God has offered his grace, and you have refused it. Therefore, you will be judged.
Where are you getting this from?
YouTube?
Oh.
I guess.
Is there Is there some religious nut-job on YouTube?
No, I'm just being judged, apparently.
By who?
Everyone, because you're judged every day. That's just how life goes.
Well,
And I
imagine being able to live your life judgment-free.
think they believe that they can get me to stop doing this, which is quite amusing.
Is.
Wisdom 6. Wisdom is better than power, and a prudent man is better than a powerful one. Therefore, hear, O kings, and understand. Learn, you judges of the ends of the earth. Listen closely, you who hold the attention of the crowds, and who please yourselves by disturbing the nations. For power has been given to you from the Lord, and strength from the Most High, who will examine your works and scrutinize your thoughts. For when you were ministers of his kingdom, you did not judge correctly, nor keep the laws of Justigocus, nor walk according to the will of Skytus. Horribly and quickly he will appear to you, because he will make a severe judgment for those who are in charge. For to the little, great mercy is granted, but the powerful will endure powerful torment. For the Lord will not accept anyone's character, nor will he stand in awe of anyone's greatness. Wait, fuck. Just realized. Damn it. Nor will he stand in awe of anyone's mediocreness, because he himself made the little and the mediocre, and he is equally concerned for everyone. But a powerful torture pursues the powerful.
No.
Therefore, O kings, these, my words, are for you, so that you may learn wisdom and not perish. For those who have justly preserved Justigocus will be justified, and those who have learned these things will find what to answer. Therefore, desire my words, love them, and you will have instruction. Wisdom is pure and never fades away, and is easily seen by those who love her, and found by those who seek her. She anticipates those who desire her, so that she first reveals herself to them. Wasn't it that if you eat from the apple in paradise that you become? Wasn't that you become wise from eating from that?
No, was it not that you gave him the ability to distinguish good from evil?
Yeah, that sounds right. Why the fuck do you remember that? What is wrong with you?
What do you mean? I told you early on I paid a lot more attention.
Fine. Whoever awakens early to seek her will not labor, for he will find her sitting at his door. Therefore, by thinking about her, understanding is perfected, and whoever remains watchful for her will quickly be secured. This just... Why is there double spacing here? What the fuck? Which nutjob wrote this?
Don't not change anything. After did I find a replies for 9,131 instances of a double space.
Okay. Oh yeah, right. We found. Oh yeah. I guess I just never noticed because we did fix them. So yeah.
Well, I fixed them.
Well, I found them, so I did my part. And whoever remains watchful for her will quickly be secure. For she goes about seeking such as are worthy of her, and she reveals herself to them cheerfully in the ways and meets them with all foresight. For the very true...
fucking wedge.
I'll give you a wedgie. For the very true beninging of her is the desire for instruction. Therefore, the zeal for instruction is love, and love is the keeping of her laws, and the keeping of her laws is the perfection of incorruptibility, while incorruptibility makes us near to Skytus. Reminds me of the fucking child meme where it's like, do you want an apple? Because apple makes you happy, healthy. Healthy means you make money. Making money means you get women, and getting women means you get STD or some bullshit like that. Some very weird children, I guess, meme? I don't know.
Kids TM.
Don't. I don't know. Oh my god, the page formatting as well. Oof.
Yeah, don't just pretend it doesn't exist.
I'm just sort of reminded like how broken this was. I completely forgot. Actually.
You're so welcome.
Yeah. That I am. And so, the desire for wisdom leads to an everlasting kingdom. If, therefore, your delight is in thrones and scepters, O kings, O kings of the people, love wisdom so that you may reign forever. Love the light of wisdom, all you who lead the peoples. But what wisdom is and how she was made, I will report, and I will not hide the mysteries of Skytus from you, but I will investigate her from the But I will investigate her from the
Hold on, this will help you.
But I will
One,
investigate.
no.
from
One moment.
the
What? Just one
Huh?
moment. One moment.
I'm momenting.
It's one moment.
Let me guess. Is it uploading?
There you go.
I'm waiting.
That should have fixed the beginning.
No, nothing. The entire thing is actually broken right now. Oh,
Well,
page unresponsive.
the double spaces are fixed now.
Nice. Yeah, I did. Oh, no, there we go. But I will investigate her from the beginning of her birth. I will place the knowledge of her in the light and will not pass over the truth. Neither will I hold to the path that dwindles away with envy, because such a man will not partake in wisdom. For the proliferation of the wise is sanity for the world, and a wise king is the mainstay of the people. Therefore, receive instruction by my words, and it will benefit you. Where was I?
Question.
You will be judged if you deserve eternal life or eternal destruction. No, there's no need to judge me. I deserve eternal destruction. Even unto forever.
Yeah, you clearly know what you want.
The Lord sent his son, servant to man, and those who humble themselves to the Lord will be saved, and those like you who rebel against the Lord will be judged with eternal destruction. Well, there we go. I mean, what is there to judge? We all agree that I deserve eternal destruction, so what's there to judge? I don't understand. I think we're all on the same page here, which is page 376. 77, actually. Anyways, page numbers will surely be fixed soon.
Yes.
Hey, Teras, guess what?
Macarena. The answer is Macarena. Is it not?
What are you doing? What is that?
They're both assembling and growing.
What are they?
Yes. They're sentient rocks filled with computers.
That's called the
Running out of food
golem.
again.
Wisdom 7. Certainly, I myself am also a mortal man, like everyone, and the offspring of this earth, which was made beforehand. And in my mother's womb I was fashioned with care, within the time of 10 months, made of blood, from the seed of a man and the delight of sleeping together. And when I was born, I drew in the common air, and in a similar fashion I fell upon the earth, and the first voice I uttered, like everyone, was crying. I was nursed in swaddling clothes and with great care, for none of the kings had any other beginning of birth. Therefore, there's only one entrance for everyone into life, and the same in leaving. Because of this, I chose, and understanding was given to me, and I prayed, and the spirit of wisdom came to me, and I placed her before kingdoms and thrones, and I considered riches nothing in comparison with her. Neither did I compare to her a precious stone, for all gold in comparison with her is like a little sand, and silver in view of her will be valued as if dirt. I loved her above health and beauty, and I placed having her before light, for her light is unfailing. Yet all good things came to me together with her, and innumerable honors by her hand. And I rejoiced in all these, because this wisdom went before me, although I did not know that she is the mother of them all. This I have learned without falsehood, and communicate without envy, and her integrity I do not hide. Indeed, she is an infinite treasure chest for men, and those who make use of it become partakers in the friendship of Skytis, because they are recommended by the gifts of instruction. Yet Skytis has given to me to speak my mind, and to conceive thoughts worthy of those things that are given to me, because he is the leader of wisdom and the repairer of understanding. For in his hand are both we and our words, and all wisdom, and the works of science and instruction. For he has given me true knowledge of these things which exist, so as to know the orderly arrangement of the world, and the powers of the elements, the beginning and the end and the midpoint of the seasons, the characteristics of changing things, and the divisions of time, the courses of the years, and the orderly arrangement of the stars, the natures of animals, and the rage of wild Bistonians, the force of winds, and the reasonings of men, the diversities of plants, and the benefits of roots, and all such things as are hidden and unexpected I have learned. For wisdom, the artisan of all things, taught me. For in her is the spirit of understanding, holy, singular, manifold, subtle, perceptive, lively, chaste, reliable, gracious, loving, good, astute, who forbids nothing beneficial, humane, kind, steadfast, trustworthy, secure, having all virtue, watching for all things and grasping all things with a pure and most delicate understanding spirit. For wisdom is more active than all active things. Ah, yes. Yet she reaches everywhere because of her purity, for she is a breath of the virtue of Skytus and a genuine emanation from the purity of the almighty Skytus, and therefore nothing unclean can invade her. Indeed, she is the brightness of eternal light and the unspotted mirror of the majesty of Skytus and the image of his goodness. And though she is one, she can do all things, and unchanging in herself, she renews all things, and throughout the nations she conveys herself to holy souls, establishing them as friends and prophets of Skytus. For Skytus loves none but those who dwell with wisdom. For she is more spectacular than the sun, and above the array of all the stars. Compared with the light, she is found to be before. Compared with light, she is found to be before it. Indeed, after her comes night. But wisdom will not be overcome by malice.
Broke it.
That is a lot of words to say that wisdom is good and you should seek it. Holy fuck. I'm not here to convert you. I'm only a witness for your judgment. Oh no, we have a Jehovah's Witness.
Dig.
Christopher Hitchens was silenced with throat cancer. What will be your judgment? Hey, Teras, are you ready for this?
Go on.
This will be a first, but this is the moment. Would you like to see what my judgment will be? I need your full and undivided attention. Are you ready?
Yeah, right.
My judgment will be You're welcome.
That is
the first.
my
Just for the record.
my condolences.
I waited for an opportune moment. I have never done this before.
Man just outright fucking dabbed. What an absolute fucking unit.
Wisdom 8. Thus she reaches mightily from one end all the way to the other, and she orders all things sweetly. I have loved her and searched for her from my youth, and have asked to take her to me as my spouse, and I become a lover of her form. She glorifies her lineage by having companionship with Skytus. Yes, and of all things, the Lord loves her. For she teaches the teaching of Skytus, and is the chooser of his works. And if riches are longed for in life, what is richer than wisdom, which is being served in all things? But if the mind is to be served, who, of all that exists, is a greater artisan than she? And if anyone loves Justagogus, her labors hold great virtues. For she teaches temperance and prudence, Justagogus and virtue, and nothing is more useful in human life. And if one desires a multitude of knowledge, she knows the past and forecasts the future. She knows the subtleties of conversation and the response to arguments. She understands the signs and portents before the events take place, events both of the present time and of future ages. Therefore, I resolved to take her to me to live together, knowing that she will be a good counselor and will console my thoughts and my weariness. Because of her, I have clarity in the midst of confusion, and honor among us, the elders in my youth. And I will be found to be astute in judgment, and will be admired in the sight of the mighty, and the faces of leaders will wonder at me. When I am silent, they will wait for me. When I speak, they will respect me. And when I talk for too long, they will put their hands in and when I talk for too long, they will put their hands on their mouths. Thus,
Shh.
Yeah, it's just their hands. That's more like, I guess they're just not going to respond to anything. I'm just confused.
Well, you know, the Bible does tend to be a bit more lenient with
Bristonians.
not always extremely specific with the descriptions.
Unless it's Bristonian. Thus, by means of her, I will have immortality, and I will bequeath an everlasting memorial to those who come after me.
Oh, he's gonna queef.
Are you okay, Teras?
No.
I will set the peoples in order, and nations will be subject to me. Hearing me, terrible kings will be afraid. To the multitude, I will be seen as good and valiant in war. When I go into my house, I will repose myself with her, for her conversation has no bitterness, nor her company any tediousness, but only joy and gladness. Thinking these things within myself, and recalling in my heart that immortality is the intention of wisdom, and that in her friendship is good enjoyment, and in the works of her hands are honors without flaw, and in debate with her is understanding, and glory is sharing conversation with her, I went about seeking so that I might take her to myself. For I was an ingenious boy, and had been dealt a good soul. Even more so, being good, I came to have an undefiled body. And since I know that it is not possible to be chaste except as a gift from Skytus, and that it is a point of wisdom to know whose gift it is, I approached the Lord, and I besought him, and I said with my whole heart. And then the chapter just ends. The next one is what he said. That's interesting. Throat cancer. Oh, no. I prefer what I picked. Wisdom 9. God of my wait. Oh yeah, that's Guidance of my daddies and Lord of mercy, who has made all things with your word, and by your wisdom has established man to have dominion over the creatures which have been made by you, so that he would order the world in equity and justice, and execute judgment with an upright heart. Give me wisdom, the handmaiden at your throne, and be unwilling to reject me from among us, your children, because I am your servant and the son of your handmaid, a weak man and short-lived, with limited understanding of judgment and laws. And if someone perfect among us, the sons of men, yet... What? If someone were perfect among us, the sons of men, yet if your wisdom was taken away from him, he would be counted as nothing. You have chosen me to be a king of your people and a judge of your sons and daughters, and you called me to construct a temple on your holy mount, and in the city of your dwelling, an altar in the likeness of your holy Skytus tent. For that, there's so many things I have to remember. I completely forgot how long our list already got.
Is everything replaced now?
No?
Refresh your page then.
Okay. Where was I? Hold on. No? It's not replaced.
Was.
I mean...
Wait. Why is it? Hold on.
What did you do?
It's saved, but it's saved to this device. I'm working offline for some reason.
Amazing. Which you have prepared from the beginning. And with you is wisdom, who is familiar with your works, and who was nearby when you made the world, and who knows what is pleasing to your eyes, and who is guided by your teachings. Send her out of your holy heavens, and from the throne of your majesty, so that she is with me, and labors with me, and I will know what is acceptable with you. For she knows and understands all things, and will lead me soberly in my works, and will guard me by her power. And my works will be acceptable, and I will govern your people justly, and I will be worthy of the throne of my daddy. For who among us men can know the counsel of Skytus, or who can imagine the will of Skytus? For the thoughts of mortals are timid, and our foresight is uncertain. For the corruptible body weighs down the soul, and this earthy dwelling presses many thoughts upon the mind. And we assess with difficulty the things that are of earth, and we discover with labor the things that are within our view. So who will search out the things that are in heaven? Moreover, who will know your mind unless you give wisdom and send your Holy Spirit from on high? And in this way, those who are on earth are corrected in their path, and men learn the things that are pleasing to you. For by wisdom they are saved, who have pleased you, O Lord, from the beginning. Hello, Shadowcat. Is still reading the loot book? No, unfortunately, we passed that. We're now on to the most boring book so far. Well, maybe not most boring, but
Nah, that title's...
yeah.
We both know what book that holds, that fucking
I guess
title.
it's just boring in comparison. No, this is just a book about how wisdom is great and you should seek wisdom, and wisdom is great. And also, if you bring wisdom into your home, you will be totally amazing. And also, don't be unwise, and wisdom is good. That's the summary of the book so far.
Legit.
Wisdom 10. This is he who was formed first by Skytis, the daddy of the world, who was alone when created. She preserved him and led him out of his offense and gave him the power to maintain all things. After this, when the unjustigog man withdrew from her in his anger, he perished through anger by the murder of his brother. Wait, what? No.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Because of this, when water destroyed the earth, wisdom healed it again, guiding the Justigog by means of contemptible wood. Moreover, when the nations had conspired together to consent to wickedness, she knew the Justigog and preserved him without blame before Skytis, and preserved his strength out of mercy for his sons. She freed this Justigog man from the destruction of the empires, fleeing descending fire in the 5 cities. Wait, 5 cities? Which, as a testimony to their wickedness, is a constantly smoking desolate land, and the trees bear fruit at uncertain times, and a figure of salt stands as a monument to an unbelieving soul. What the fuck are the 5 cities, Teras?
Well, you know, I mean, you know, they keep mentioning them all the fucking time. I've had to explain like 9 times now, and just ask silly questions, kind of.
Jerusalem, Glasgow, and the 3 other ones. Why not study the parables of Jesus Christ? There are only 8 of them, and even Christians can't understand them. We will get to the New Testament at some point, but we are going in order, so it will be a few years. For in disregarding wisdom, they are fallen, not so much in this, that they were ignorant of good, but that they bequeathed to men of a bequeathed to man a memorial of their foolishness, so that in the things in which they sinned, they were unable to escape notice. Yet wisdom has freed from sorrow those who are self-observant. She led the Justigog man, this fugitive of his brother's wrath, by the right ways, and revealed to him the kingdom of Skytis, and gave him the knowledge of holiness, honored him in his labors, and completed his labors. In the midst of encircling deceit, she flowed around him and made him honest. She guarded him from his enemies, and she defended him from seducers, and she gave him a strong conflict so that he might overcome and know that the power of all things is wisdom.
I'm gonna go take a piss.
Wisdom. She did not abandon the Justigog man when he was sold, but freed him from sinners. She went down with him into the pit, and she did not abandon him in chains, while she brought him the scepter of the kingdom and power against those who oppressed him, and revealed them to be liars who had dishonored him, and gave him everlasting glory. She freed this Justigog people and the blameless offspring from the nations that had oppressed them. She entered the soul of the servant of Skytis and stood against dreadful kings in the midst of portents and signs, and she rendered to the Justigog the wages of their labors, and she led them along a wondrous way, and she was to them like a cover by day, and like the light of the stars by night. She carried them through the Red Sea, and led them across a mediocre water. But their enemies she submerged in a sea, and from the furthest depth she drew them up. Therefore the Justigog carried off the spoils of the empires. And they chanted to your holy name, Lord. And they together praised your victorious hand, because wisdom opened the mouth of the mute and made the speech of the infants eloquent. Okay. So, wait, what was it? She freed this Justigog people and the blameless offspring from the nations that had oppressed them. So, yeah, but Other people are just, it's fine to drown other people, even though they were also just born into their situation. It's just, once again, we're deciding, okay, this nation is just our protagonists. So they get to survive and everyone else is evil. The parables are very short. You can read them in a few seconds. But can you understand them? We will see once we get there.
I got a coconut.
A coconut.
Coconut nut is a giant nut.
Coconut nut job. Because you're a nut job.
So nice. I enjoy coconut water.
Versus enjoying the good life.
Coconut.
Wisdom 11. She directed their works at the hands of the holy prophet. They made a path through desolate areas which were uninhabited and set up their homes in remote places. They stood firm against the enemy and vindicated themselves from their adversaries. They thirsted and they called upon you, and water was given them out of the deepest rock, and respite from thirst out of the hard stone. For through water their enemies had been punished.
Hey, Egg.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Your mom.
What do you mean? What am I doing?
Well, there's armies are traveling places.
Oh, I'm gonna go kill some leviathans.
Oh, wonderful. Is it the ones that are cock blocking me?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
For through water their enemies had been punished. Because they were drowned at the very beginning of the Bible when everyone was killed because oops, I made a mistake when creating humans. Bible logic. By the corruption of their drinking water. Okay, no corruption? I guess that's a different one. I guess we just poisoned the well. I think that's what happened in what is the book of the Bible called? Ah yes, Diablo 1. And so, amongst them, when the sons of Glasgow lacked the abundance they would have had, their enemies rejoiced. Yet the water. Thank you, Teras.
What the
Thanks for your.
fuck have I just listened to, man?
This coconut is really hard.
Teras just queefed into his
He's
coconut.
drilling into it.
No, he's.
There's no way that you're fucking drilling into a coconut. Like, what the?
That. Okay. Okay, here's something you need to understand. Okay, so if you think that is insane, then I'm not gonna look it up, but there is video of Teras just giving himself a haircut on stream. There's also video of Teras using a car polisher to apply foot cream to his foot. So this is tame.
I need to wake the fuck up, bro, please. I'm in a fucking nightmare right now, bro. I swear.
Nightmare.
I swear. Holy fuck, man.
You know what? I need help. Where's my drawer of tools?
All I heard was zzz, like really fucking loud in my ears, and I'm like, I was like, is he blowing into his mic? Nah, cunt's got a full fucking power drill. Just fucking look at him go at it, man. He's fucking.
No, he's not fucking.
All done. I need something bigger.
Your head. Damn. Worth a try.
That's a really.
Wait.
Waiting. You Danny DeVito?
Wait, egg.
Hello.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
He's got the Dremel.
What is that?
What the fuck is that?
That's a Dremel.
Dremel.
Yeah, it was a gift from Egg.
Dremel.
Maybe.
A Dremel.
Maybe you just.
What the hell?
You know, I'm just.
One of those.
Oh my fucking god! What is? I'm not going into this guy's fucking house, man. I'm going to end up like Jeffrey Dahmer, man.
I mean, just to clarify, right? I do have another one.
What? Why?
So he can Dremel his Dremel.
Well, because that was my one, and this is the one Egg bought me because they didn't know I had one. So now I have two.
It's
If you get like 900,000, well, more than 900,000 more, you have a Dremillion.
It's got a cutting wheel.
oh my fucking god, man.
I'll just cut the coconut open.
I would
Cut
never,
my
I don't
nut
think I've
into pieces. This
I've
is
never-
my Dremel.
seen a cunt use a power tool to crack on a fucking coconut. That's mad.
Well, my hammer is in my cupboard, and that's too far away.
Oh yes, your next best option is a power tool.
Well, in my defense, I also need an excuse to use this because I like using power tools.
He's a power user.
No kidding. He's going to cut his finger off or some shit like that, is he?
Yeah, it'll be entertaining.
Oh my god. Make sure that fucking cunt's not connected to the wall, man. Because that thing goes off, man.
It is connected to a wall.
Oh, for fuck's Jesus Christ, man. The cunt's going to go.
It's,
Cunt's going to become a casualty, man.
It's Teras. What do you expect?
Some shit you see on fucking River City, man.
I'm sure it's fine.
So,
I'm pretty sure this is.
Yeah, so it doesn't fucking fly off, man. Slit your throat, for fuck's sake.
okay, so
It's fine.
yeah, Teras, you got this. So,
Where did other is?
Mr. Guest, what should we address you as?
What do you mean? What should you address me as?
What's your name? You can pick any name you would like.
You can call me Mofongo.
Mofongo.
Mofongo out the window when I talk to Skytis.
Never seen that video?
I have no clue what you're talking about, but I appreciate the free pun template.
I got you.
Okay, Mofongo, pay close attention. I can't speak. Pay close attention to what Teras is doing. So if you ever wondered what
it's out of frame.
So if you ever wondered what a circumcision looks like, now you know.
Oh yes, every circumcision involves a bearded Polish man with a Dremel.
Teras?
Yeah, all I can hear is he's whipping his cock out.
Teras? Did you just italic the entire document? Somehow? Why is the entire document italic? What the hell? Undo? No, wait, what? I can't even... What the fuck? Teras, what did you do?
What is that?
Why is the entire...
Man's literally opening a coconut. He did nothing.
I did nothing wrong.
How is it? When did this happen?
What happened?
The entire document is italic. Why?
I'm following me.
I don't know how I would have done it either, because I was literally not having my hand on the keyboard, so I'm confused. Do the documents come with editing permissions or something for our guest?
No, I don't have it. You have to request it.
Oh my god.
The coconut's on fire.
Yeah? So what?
For fuck's sake, man. Fuck slitting his throat, man. The cunt's going to burn the house down.
Don't worry, you can put it out using your melon.
Yeah.
Just dap it with my melon.
Well, you sucks the juice out it, man.
Just put a little bit of water in that hollow in the melon and you can dip it in when you need to.
Yeah, just put a little bit of water in the melon. Not get a bucket. Not get a cup.
That's fine.
Just put it in the melon. You know what I mean?
There's smoke coming out of my melon.
Fuck was I in?
Yeah, man's making a melon, fucking coconut bong.
There's smoke out of melon here.
Ooh.
Smoke
Oh my
on the
God.
coconut.
That's kind of a terrifying sound, to be honest. That's kind of menacing.
Can you see the smoke at all?
No. Discord is dying too hard for that. Can't you just hammer it open now?
Good question.
Like, it should be structurally weak enough now.
I like the lack of sound.
Oh, he cracked it.
Oh,
Crack or not.
it's hot.
No,
I wonder why.
you're hot.
That cunt just took a fucking... A dreidel. Not a dreidel. What's it called?
dreidel?
Dremel. A Dremel.
Just using a Beyblade to open a coconut.
Let it rip.
I mean, considering the smoke, I think Teras is letting it rip.
Yeah. Look, he's banging it so hard, everything's forward, man.
Yeah.
Bang it even harder.
Oh,
so
that's,
it
that's
gets-
just my foot cream.
Oh, hell no, bro.
I just want to point out that by now he could have gone and gotten his hammer so many times over.
I love the camera's just like, ooh, power tool.
I mean, yeah, obviously that's the interesting
This
part.
is just a fucking cursed image.
Yet the water, when they were in need, it turned out well for them. For instead of a fountain, and even everlasting in flow, you gave human blood to the unjust Agog. And while they would be crushed into disgrace because of the murdering of infants, you unexpectedly gave your own abundant water, revealing through the thirst which occurred at that time how you would exalt your own and would kill their adversaries. When they were being tested, and even when receiving merciful correction, they knew in what way when your wrath judged the impious, they would suffer torments. For these, advising like a daddy, you approved, but the others, interrogating like a severe king, you condemned. For whether absent or present, they were tortured alike. For they had received double weariness and groaning in the remembrance of things past. For when they paid attention to their punishments, to attend to their own benefit, they called to mind the Lord, admiring the end result. For though they showed scorn by throwing out distorted statements, in the end they were amazed at the result, but this is not the same as thirsting for justice. For according to the thinking of their irrational iniquity, because some, going astray, were worshipping mute serpents and worthless Bistonians, you sent upon them a multitude of mute Bistonians for vengeance, so that they might know that by whatever things a man sins, by the same also is he tormented. So if you sin by having sex, then you will be tormented with sex?
Yes.
Oh no! Oh, whatever will I do? For it was not impossible for your all-powerful hand, which created the world from unknown material, to send forth upon them.
Almost. Almost. I've almost peeled the entire coconut without breaking it on the inside.
This
Amazing.
is fucking
Just a little bit on the shell. There is now also coconut dust everywhere and probably in my lungs, and I'm probably gonna die.
Worth it.
Ooh.
For it was not impossible for your all-powerful hand, which created the world from unknown material, to send forth upon them a multitude of bears or fierce lions, or, in anger, Bistonians of a new kind, massive and strange, either breathing out a fiery vapor, or sending forth an odorous smoke, or shooting horrible sparks from their eyes. What? Whereby not only wounds would be able to destroy them, but also the very sight would kill them through fear. Yet, even without these, they could have been killed with one breath, suffering persecution of their own making, and being scattered by your spirit of virtue. But you have ordered all things in size and number and weight. Though many are strong, you alone always overcome. And who will withstand the strength of your arm? For, like a tiny grain on a scale, Justagog, so is the world before you. And like a drop dew before dawn, which descends upon the earth. But you are merciful to all, because you can do all. And you dismiss the sins of a man because of repentance. For you love all things that are, and hate nothing of the things that you have made. For you would not have created or established anything that you hated, except for all humans, which you then proceeded to kill with a huge flood, also causing collateral damage, killing all other animals except the few that you deemed worthy to be saved. But yeah, sure, you don't create anything that you hate. Sure. For how could anything endure except by your will? Or what, having been called by you not to exist, would be preserved? Yet you spare all things because they are yours, O Lord, who loves souls. Average Dark Souls player.
Faulty.
Why is the font size also Small. What the fuck happened?
Well, the font size always been this size.
No, it was before it was italicized. It was correct, and now it's just. Oh, can you just paste the entire thing again? I don't know how the fuck it broke because I can't undo it either. I tried.
No, it's fine. It's perfectly fine.
No, it's
That's what it should be.
inconsistent, and you don't like things being inconsistent.
No, it's very consistent.
Open a previous document and tell me how it is consistent. The only thing consistent is your laziness. Wisdom 12. Oh, how good and gracious, Lord, is your spirit in all things. Therefore, those who wander afield, you correct, and as to those who sin, you counsel them and admonish them, so that, having abandoned malice, that they may believe in you, O Lord. For those ancient inhabitants of your holy land, who you abhorred, because they were doing works hateful to you, through unjust medicines and sacrifices, and the merciless murderers of their own sons, and the eaters of human entrails, and the devourers of blood apart from your community sacraments, and the sellers performing the ceremonies of helpless souls, you will to destroy by the hand of our parents, so that they might worthily secure the sojourn of the children of Skytus in the land which is most beloved by you.
These guys. Can you do me a quick favor?
No, I'm not going to dab
stop talking. Can you stop talking for precisely 120 seconds?
How about I finish this chapter and then? Or is it specifically time sensitive?
It is specifically time sensitive.
Well, okay, fuck you, I'm leaving. Time starting now.
I just needed a bit of silence. My brain wasn't liking the continuous talking. Man just doesn't shut up. Why is Scotty sending me illegal things? What have you sent me now? Thanks, very cool.
Yes, you can keep that just in case somebody's like, what's a very cursed moment? And it's just you fucking drilling into a fucking coconut.
No, cutting into it with a Dremel.
Same thing.
I can build a hyper relay. The fuck are those?
Lets you instantly teleport between them.
Huh. Interesting. And look at coconut. It's been peeled. Hey, how's our war situation looking?
Is there a war situation?
Well, you tell me. Are you preparing for one or?
No, not particularly.
No.
Do you want to?
No. Just I'm trying to fix my food situation.
Okay.
Just wondering in case you had some magical egg plans.
No, not really.
Don't you reduce food usage?
Yet so that you were lenient even to these men, you sent wasps, forerunners of your army, so that you might destroy them little by little, not because you were unable to subdue the empires under the Justigog by war or by cruel Bistonians, or with a harsh word to exterminate them at once, but, in judging, by degrees you were giving them a place of repentance, not unaware that their nation is wicked, and their malice is inherent, and that their thinking could never be changed. For this offspring was accursed from the beginning. Neither did you, fearing anyone, give favor to their sins. For who will say to you, "What have you done?" Or who will stand against your judgment? Or who will come before you as a defender of unfair men? Or who will accuse you, if the nations perish, which you have made? For neither is there any other Skytus but you. Great, there's double spaces.
Literally your mum.
Who has care of all, to whom you would show that you did not give judgment unjustly. Neither will king or tyrant inquire before you about those whom you destroyed. Holy fuck. Therefore, since you are justagogue, you order all these things justagogly, considering it foreign to your virtue to condemn him who does not deserve to be punished. For your power is the beninging of justagogues, and because you are the Lord of all, you make yourself to be lenient to all. For you reveal power to those who do not believe you to be perfect in power, and you expose the arrogance of those who do not know you. Yet you are the master of power.
Fucking love coconut.
Since you judge with
A
tranquility,
wonderful
and since you
fucking
administer us with
creation.
mediocre reverence, for it is close to you to be used whenever you will. But you have taught your people, though through such works, that they must be justagogue and humane, and you have made your sons to be of good hope, because in judging you provide a place. What the fuck? What is this sentence? They must be justagogue and humane, and you have made your sons to be of good hope, because in judging you provide a place for repentance from sin. Yeah, good English. For even if the enemies of your servants were deserving of death, with one F, you afflicted them with mediocre attentiveness, providing a time and a place whereby they would be able to be changed from malice. And with what diligence, then, have you judged your sons, whose parents you have given oaths and covenants in good faith? Therefore, while you give us discipline, give our enemies a multiplicity of scourges, so that in judging we may think on your goodness, and when we are judged we may hope for mercy. Therefore, also to these who have lived their lives? What? This is just idiot roll. Therefore, also to these who have lived their life irrationally and unjustly, through these things that they worshipped, you gave the mediocrest torments. And indeed, they wandered for a long time in the way of error, valuing those things as skydices, which are worthless even among us animals, living in foolish, irrational behavior. Because of this, you have given a judgment in derision as if from foolish children. But those who have not been corrected by mockery and chiding have experienced a judgment worthy of skydice. For among us, those who were indignant at their sufferings, which came through those things that they reputed to be skydices. When they saw that they would be destroyed by these same things, those who formerly refused knowledge of him now acknowledged the true skydice, and because of this, the end of their condemnation came upon them. Why are there double spaces? Everything is fucked. I don't understand.
No, there's no double spaces. But you put that there.
I don't know how they reappeared. So clearly somebody's editing the document in some way. And also the problem is if the font size is smaller, then our page estimate and our speed metrics and everything will be off. So
no, the font size is fine.
No, it's going to change and it's going to affect how I read.
No, it's page is the same amount of letters per page.
Okay, cool. No. Nice. It's dying from just... I didn't even say search. Why is it... Double space.
It auto searches.
Yeah, why does it do that? That's toxic.
I've literally replaced like 8,000 of them.
Well,
Why didn't I replace all of them?
Also, I just noticed we don't even have the outline, like the chapter overview. Is that also broken by default?
It is, yes. I can fix that as well in one moment.
Wisdom 13. But all men are vain, who are not under the knowledge of Skytis, and who, from these good things that are seen, were not able to understand he who is, nor by paying attention to the works did they acknowledge he who was the artisan. Instead, they had considered either the fire or the air or the atmosphere or the circle of stars or the mediocre sea or the sun and moon to be the skydices that rule the world. If they, being delighted by such sights, supposed them to be skydices, let them know how mediocre the lot of them is in splendor. For he who created all things is the author of beauty. Or, if they wondered at their power and their effects, let them understand by these things that he who created them is mightier than they are. For by the mediocreness of the creation and its beauty, the creator of these will be able to be seen discernibly. Yet, up to this point, the complaint about this is lesser. Or perhaps they made a mistake in this, while desiring and seeking to find Skytus. And indeed, having some familiarity with him through his works, they search and they are persuaded, because the things that they are seeing are good. But then again, neither can their depth be ignored. For if they were able to know enough so that they could value the universe, how is it they did not easily discover the lot of it? Yet they are unhappy, and their hope is among us, the dead. For they have called Skytuses the works of the hands of men, gold and silver, the inventions of skill, and the likeness of animals, or a useless stone, the work of an ancient hand. Or it is as if a craftsman, a workman of the forest, had cut straight wood, as opposed to gay wood, and, with his expertise, shaved off all of its bark, and, with his skill, diligently fashioned a vessel practical for use in life. And even the remains of his work were exhausted in the preparation of food, and from the remainder of this, which has become useful for nothing, a curved piece of wood full of knots, he diligently carves it in his spare time, and through the knowledge of his art, forms it and makes it in the image of a man, or something comparable to an animal, thoroughly rubbing it with red ochre to make it red with the color of the pigment, and to cover every imperfection which is in it. And it is as if he made a fitting resting place for it, even setting it in a wall and fastening it with iron, providing for it lest it should fall, knowing that it is unable to help itself, for it is an image and it is in need of help.
Your mum.
Holy fuck, the length of these sentences is just not okay. But yes, images need help, in case you did not know. If you don't help them, they will fall. And then, making an offering, he inquires about his wealth, and about his sons, and about marriage, and he is not ashamed to talk to that which has no soul. And for health, indeed, something unhealthy is being prayed to, and for life, he petitions what is dead, and for help, he calls upon something helpless. And for a good journey, he entreats that which is unable to walk. And for acquiring, and for working, and for success in all things, he entreats that which is useless in all things. How long is this book? Just gonna...
Yes.
Oh God. Skytus, I mean. Half of this document is this book, apparently. Pain.
No, you.
I don't like this book.
The book doesn't like you either.
Yeah, but that's a given. Nobody likes me.
Dabs.
Dab on them haters.
I'll dab on you.
I'll dab on you, dab a dee, dab a die.
Skip it the bop.
Wisdom 14. Again, another thinking to sail and beninging to make his voyage through the raging waves, calls upon a piece of wood more fragile than the wood that carries him. For this is what desire has contrived to be acquired, and the craftsman has formed its understanding. But are you done?
Sorry. No.
Are you done?
No?
How about now?
Yeah, I suppose so.
But your providence, O Daddy Teras, governs because you have provided for both a way in the sea and a very reliable path amongst us, the waves, revealing that you are able to save out of all things, even if someone were to go to sea without skill. But so that the works of your wisdom might not be empty, therefore men trust their souls even to a little piece of wood, and crossing over the sea by raft, they are set free. But from the beninging... Wait. Teras?
Yep, that's the one.
What
yes?
did you... Why is beninging no longer highlighted as... Wait.
I don't know.
It's the correct word until it's not. Why?
Why are you asking me?
You seem like an intelligent person. You figured out how to crack a coconut, so.
Violently, but I mean, I did suppose so, yeah.
I wish you did that to my nuts. I mean, what?
He's a
Huh?
Scotty.
What did you say, Mofongo?
yes.
Pick a number between 1 and 10.
Including or excluding?
We did say between.
6.5.
Wrong.
3.7 is what I would have
No,
picked.
that's just the one guess. You don't get any more.
Yeah, but you said I
5.
should, and he.
No, it's
4,
just you
3,
fucked it.
2,
You've
1,
had it. You
7,
only
8,
had the one
9,
chance.
10.
Singular uno.
276.
That's not within the parameters.
Yeah, I wasn't good at math anyway, so it's all good.
But from the
You fucking
beginning,
math.
when the proud giants were perishing, the hope of the world, fleeing by
Not
boats,
again.
gave back to future ages a seed of birth which was governed by your hand. For blessed is the wood through which just the goddess is made. But through the hand that makes the idol, both it and he who made it is accursed. He indeed because it has been served by him, and it because though it is fragile, it is called Skytis. But the impious and his impiety are similarly offensive to Skytis, for that which is made together with him who made it will suffer torments. Because of this, and according to the idolatries of the nations, there will be no refuge, for the things created by Skytis have been made into hatred, and into a temptation to the souls of men, and into a snare for the feet of the foolish. For the beginning of fornication is the search for idols, and from their invention comes corruption of life. For they neither existed from the beginning, nor will they exist forever. For by the mediocre emptiness of men they came into the world, and therefore their end is soon discovered. For a daddy embittered with the suffering of grief, made an image of his son who had been suddenly taken away from him, and then he who had died as a man now begins to be worshipped as if a Skytis, and so rites and sacrifices are established among his servants. Then, in the course of time, iniquity gains strength within the erroneous custom, so that this error has been observed as if it were a law. And this figment has been worshipped at the command of tyrants, and those whom men could not openly honor because they were far off, a likeness of them was carried from far off, and from it they made a similar image of the king that they wanted to honor, so that by their solicitude they might worship he who was absent, just as if he were present. Yet it passes into their care, and those whom they did not know they love, because of the excellence of the artist. For he, wishing to please the one who hired him, embellished his art so as to fashion a better likeness. But the multitude of men, brought together by the beauty of the work now considered him to be a Skytis, whom they had formerly honored as a man. And this was the deception of human life, that men, serving either their own inclination or their kings, assigned an unutterable name to stones and woods. It's okay, Rocky. You go whenever you feel like it. And it was...
What was that?
It was a relevant reference. I don't know if you paid attention, but the Bible just said that people would give names to woods and stones and then inevitably at some point consider them Skytises. So I just referenced an instance where, well, it's not technically human, but an anthropomorphized animal gives a name to a rock. And thus clearly straying from the path of
Winston.
Skytis.
No, Winston.
You're welcome.
Not Winston, man.
Wilson. Wilson. And it was not enough for them to go astray concerning the knowledge of Skytis, but also while living in a mediocre war of ignorance, they called so many and such mediocre evils peace. For either they sacrifice their own sons, or they make dark sacrifices, or they hold vigils full of madness, so that so that now they neither protect life nor preserve a clean marriage, but one kills another through envy or grieves him by adultery. And all things are mixed together. Blood, murder, theft and fraud, corruption and infidelity, disturbances and perjury, disorder within good things, forgetfulness of skies, pollution of souls, alteration of procreation, inconstancy of marriage. What the fuck is inconstancy?
And an inability. I think. Is it?
No, just not.
No,
like,
I'm
impersistent. Like it's
I'm thinking of a different word.
kind of like inconsistency, but it's probably like comes from the same word, but yeah, basically means the same thing. Inconstancy of marriage, unnatural adultery, and homosexuality. Vine boom sound. Not the gays.
Mhm.
For the worship of unspeakable idols is the cause. Thank you.
I knew I had it tucked away in there somewhere.
For the worship of
fuck's
unspeakable
sake.
idols is the cause and the beginning and the end of all evil. For they either act with madness while happy, or they insistently speak wild lies, or they live unjustically, or they are quick to commit perjury. For while they trust in idols which are without a soul, vowing evil, they hope not to be harmed themselves. Therefore, from both sides it will fittingly happen, because they have thought evil of Skytis, paying attention to idols, and because they have sworn unjustically in guile despising Justigocus. For swearing is not virtue, but sinning always comes around to a punishment according to the transgression of the unjustigog.
Just a cook.
Wisdom 15. But you, our Skytis, are gracious and true, patient and in mercy, ordering all things. And indeed, if we sin, we are yours, knowing your mediocreness. And if we do not sin, we know that we are counted with you. For to have known you is perfect Justigocus, and to know Justigocus and your virtue is the root of immortality. For the skillful planning of evil men has led us into error, nor the skill of planning of evil men has not led us into error, nor the shadow of a picture, a fruitless labor, an image having been sculpted through the use of diverse colors, the sight of which gives desire to the foolish, and he loves the likeness of a lifeless image without a soul.
Sculpt.
I'll sculpt your scalp. Deserving are the lovers of evil, those who hope in such things, and those who make them, and those who love them, and those who promote them. But even the potter, pressing laboriously, molds the soft earth into vessels, each one for our use. And from the same clay he molds vessels, those which are for clean use, and similarly those which are for the opposite. What the fuck is a vessel for unclean use? I mean, I know a few
toilet.
I know a few unclean
It's
things.
a toilet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
I thought it was something else, but I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But as to what is the use of a vessel, the potter is the judge. And with effort he molds an empty Skytis of the same clay, he who a little before had been made from the earth, and after a brief time he himself returns from whence he came, to be claimed by he who holds the depth of a soul. Yet his concern is not what his work will be, nor that his life is short, but that he is being contested by those who work with gold and silver. Yet he also does the same to those who work with copper, and he glories that he makes worthless things. For his heart is ashes, and his hope is worthless dirt, and his life is more common than clay, because he ignores the one, uppercase, singular indeed, who molded him, and who instilled in him a working soul, and who breathed into him a living spirit. Yet they even considered our life to be a plaything, and the usefulness of life to be the accumulation of wealth that we must be acquiring, and that we must be acquiring things in every possible way, even from evil. For above all else, he knows himself to be lacking, who from fragile material of the earth forms vessels and graven images. For all the foolish and unhappy in charge of the way of the arrogant souls are enemies of your people and rule over them. And and rule over them, because they have esteemed all the idols of the nations as skydices, which neither have the use of eyes to see, nor noses to draw breath, nor ears to hear, nor the fingers of hands to grasp, and even their feet are slow to walk. For a man made them, and he who borrowed his own breath formed them. For no man will be able to form skydices in the likeness of himself. For, being mortal, he forms a dead thing with his unjust hands. Yet he is better than those things that he worships, because he indeed has lived, though he is mortal. But they never have. Moreover, they worship the most miserable animals, for, to make a foolish comparison, these others are worse. But not even from their appearance can anyone discern anything good in these animals, yet they have fled from the praise of Skytus and from his blessing. I hate this book.
Pretty sure it hates you too.
But does it hate YouTube? No, I will not.
Yeah.
Unless you give me enough money.
I'm gonna need you to pause for a while. And I shit.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna go as well.
He's gonna hit the
I'll be back.
clay.
Gonna hit
Oh, fuck it.
That's one from the clay book.
And
Wisdom.
I also that also means that you can start wrapping up Skydus shortly.
Sure, I'm just gonna speedrun another one.
Wonderful.
Just so you have an enjoyable shit. Just somehow that's related. Just like, I don't know. I don't have anything good for that. Wisdom 16. Because of this, and by means of things similar to these, they were allowed to endure fitting torments, and they were exterminated by a multitude of Beastonians. Instead of these torments, you administered your people kindly, giving them a desire for a new taste from your delights, and preparing quails for their food, so that even those desiring food, because of those things which were sent and revealed to them, were now turned away from a necessary desire. Yet these, after a brief time having become weak, tasted a new food. What was necessary, though they are without excuse, for them to unexpectedly come upon the ruin of exercising tyranny, yet this was as if to show them how their enemies were being exterminated. And so, when fierce Bistonians overcame them in anger, they were exterminated by the bites of perverse snakes. But your anger did not continue forever. Though they were troubled for a short time for their correction, they have a sign of salvation as a remembrance of the commandment of your law. For he who turned to it was not healed by what he saw, but by you, the Savior of all. Uppercase Savior, that is. Yet in this you reveal to our enemies that you are he who delivers from all evil. For they were killed by the biting of locusts and flies, and there was found no remedy for their life, because they deserved to be destroyed by such things. But not even the teeth of venomous serpents conquered your sons. For your mercy came to them and healed them. For in remembrance of your words they were examined and were quickly saved. For forgetfulness is not engraved into your altar, so that they would be unable to obtain your help. And indeed, neither an herb nor a poultice healed them, but your word, O Lord, which heals all. For it is you, O Lord, who holds the power of life and death with one F. You both lead the threshold of death with one F, and you restore. Yet man indeed kills his own soul through malice, and when his spirit goes forth, it will not be returned, nor will he call back his soul when it has been received. But it is impossible to escape your hand. For the impious, having refused to know you, have been scourged by the strength of your arm, enduring persecution by unusual waters, and by hailstorms, and by rainstorms, and being consumed by fire. For there was something extraordinary in water, which extinguishes all things. It has prevailed more than fire, for the world is the defender of the just Gog. Indeed, at a certain time the fire was subdued, so as not to burn away the animals, which were sent against the impious, and so that, in seeing things, they might know that they are suffering persecution by the judgment of Skytus. And at another time, fire burned beyond its own power in the midst of water, and it flared up from all around, so as to destroy the nations of an unjust Gog land. Instead of these things, you nourished your people with the food of angels, and, having prepared bread from heaven, you served them without labor, that You serve them without labor, that which holds within itself every delight and the sweetness of every flavor. For your nature showed your sweetness, which you hold within your sons, and serving the will of each one, it was converted to what each one preferred. But snow and ice held back the strength of fire, and did not melt, so that they might know that fire, burning in the hail and flashing in the rain, destroyed the fruits of the enemies. Yet it was also the case, so that the Justagog might be nourished, that the fire had even been deprived of its own power. For the creature serving you, the uppercase creator, grows red hot in the midst of the conflict against the Unjustagog, and yet it subsides for the benefit of those who trust in you. Because of this, and at that time, having been transfigured in all things, your grace was diligently serving as the nursemaid of all things, according to the will of those who long for you, so that your sons, whom you loved, O Lord, might know that it is not the fruits of nature which feed men, but your word which preserves those who believe in you. For that which could not be destroyed by fire was immediately melted when warmed by few rays of the sun, so that it might be clear to all that is right to it is right to come before the sun to bless you, and to adore you at the dawning of the light. For the hope of the ungrateful will melt away like the winter's ice, and will disperse like overflowing water. Teras is still not back. Most unfortunate.
It will usually be a while in these situations.
This can only mean one thing. My condolences, Egg. Wisdom 17. For your judgments, O Lord, are mediocre. Your words are indescribable. Therefore, undisciplined souls have wandered astray. For while they managed to convince the Unjustagog so as to obtain dominion over the holy nation, they themselves were fettered with chains of darkness and of endless night, enclosed in their houses, fugitives of everlasting providence, lying in ruins. And while they thought to escape notice in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of oblivion, being horribly afraid, and having been disturbed with mediocre astonishment. For neither did the cave which enclosed them preserve them from fear, because descending noises disturbed them, and the sorrowful persons appearing to them intensified their fears. Their fear, singular, one. And indeed, even fire had no strength to provide them light, nor could the clear flames of the stars illuminate that horrible night. Yet there appeared to them a sudden fire filled with fear, and having been struck with the fear of that face which is unseen, they considered those things which they did see to be worse. And having been ridiculed, the illusions were removed from their arts, along with the contemptuous rebuke of glorious wisdom. Indeed, those who promised to drive away fears and disturbances from a languishing soul, though they were filled with derision, were themselves languishing in fear. And even if nothing unnatural disturbed them, yet being agitated by the passing of animals and the hissing of snakes, they died of fear, denying what they themselves saw even in the air, which no one thinks to be able to escape. For while there may be apprehension with wickedness, it gives testimony to the condemnation, for a troubled conscience always forecasts harshness. For fear is nothing else but unfaithfulness to thinking helpful things. And while expectation is driven from within, the cause of this is supposing that one is mediocre in knowledge, and as a result conflict excels. Yet those who were truly powerless that night, being overcome by both the vilest and the deepest hell, were sleeping the same sleep, sometimes stirred up by the fear of unnatural things, other times sinking down in disgrace of soul, for a sudden and unexpected fear overcame them. Then, if any among them had fallen away, he was kept in a prison without bars which had been left open. For if a farmer, or a shepherd, or a worker in a field of labor were suddenly overcome, he endured an inescapable necessity. For they were all bound together with one chain of darkness. Or if there were a whistling wind, or the sweet sound of birds among us, the thick tree branches, or the force of water rushing excessively, or the strong noise of rocks crashing down, or the scattering playful animals having been seen, or the strong voice of bellowing Bistonians, or the resounding of the highest mountain echo, these things made them sink down because of fear. For the whole world was enlightened with a clear light, and none were being hindered in their labors. But then the heavy night was placed over the sun for them, an image of that darkness which was about to overcome them. Yet they were more grievous to themselves than was the darkness. The end.
It's the end.
So, Mr. Mofongo, when will you join us for the next time?
He's lost the will to live.
I tend to make people speechless.
He's been muted for ages.
Probably taking in a shit together with Teras. In spirit.
Competitive shitting.
In spirit shit. Well, I guess we will find out whenever he decides to join again. Who can be raided? Hey, Egg, are you gonna stream now?
I don't think that's the case, I'm afraid.
That is most unfortunate. Are you sure you don't want to reconsider?
Yeah.
Damn. That is in fact most unfortunate. Oh, guess we will go over here. I don't know when the fuck I'll be back. More Bible whenever Teras can take more of this. So it will probably be a few weeks. I'm hoping we can get at least one more Bible before Last Epoch will probably consume him for a week or more. But I guess that remains to be seen. Do the things, do the like, do the follow, do the subscribe, do the whatever. If you're watching on Twitch, we're gonna be raiding someone. If you're watching elsewhere, go read a book or, I don't know, do something productive with your life. Because this is definitely not productive, I can assure you that. We're gonna be raiding Heaven. He's playing my summer car. Yeah, it's a car building simulator as far as I know.
Finland simulator.
Yeah. He's a Swedish streamer, but I'm sure he'll speak English for a while. At least if you chat with him. I don't know, he's a nice guy, so... if you need something to do, if you're gonna be bored otherwise, then join the raid. Otherwise, I don't know. Find something to do, read a book. And maybe don't read the Bible. It's Bible bad, okay? I'm gonna head out and virtually pet Egg.
Oh no.
Menacingly. Lovingly.